8th of April 1945, Friedrichsroda, Germany. Troops of the US 354th Infantry Regiment captured the Gotha aircraft factory, the edge of the Thuringian forest. For 3 days, the 354th, part of the US 89th Infantry Division, had fought through German defenses to reach the town. At the factory, American troops made a fascinating discovery: 4 steel and wood prototype aircraft, all in various states of manufacture. Only the fuselages and engines were present, the wings were made elsewhere, but it was obvious from their unusual design that the aircraft was something new and revolutionary. Shortly afterwards, a specialist team from the US 8th Army Air Force, operating as part of Operation Paperclip, arrived to examine the planes. Operation Paperclip was the secret American plan to grab Nazi technology for themselves. They quickly selected the most complete for immediate shipment to the US. The rest were ordered destroyed to prevent the Soviets from demanding an example. What the Americans had found was the strange and ultra-modern Horten HO-229 flying wing. A pair of bat-shaped wings were next captured by the US Army 75 miles away and shipped with the fuselage for intensive study and evaluation in America. The head of the Luftwaffe, Reichsmarschall Hermann Göring, had set a challenge for Germany's wartime aircraft industry when he demanded what he called the 3x1000 aircraft. That is, an aircraft that could carry 1,000 kilograms of bombs, 1,000 kilometers at 1,000 kilometers per hour speed. 2 designer brothers, the Hortens, had a proven track record for producing unusual cutting-edge aircraft designs. Experimenting with the flying wing since the 1930s, work began in 1942 on the Horten HO-9 to compete in the 3x1000 tender. A single prototype was built called V1. It first flew on the 1st of March 1944, though not under power, as the type's engine was changed and would not fit the V1. So a series of glider tests were made at Oranienburg near Berlin in the summer of 1944. A second prototype, V2, was fitted with 2 Junkers Jumo 109-004B1 turbojet engines. This aircraft logged some 2 hours flying time from the 2nd of February 1945, with Lieutenant Erwin Ziller at the controls. Göring awarded the 3x1000 contract to the Hortens, ordering 40 aircraft. The V2 was destroyed on the 18th of February 1945, while Ziller was attempting to land on one engine. Nonetheless, Göring added a further 20 aircraft to the pre-production order, and the Horten Flying Wing Fighter project was green-lit on the 12th of March 1945. Göring's original demand for an aircraft capable of carrying a 1,000-kilo bomb load was overtaken by the need for fighters capable of stopping the Allied bomber offensive against Germany. The aircraft has often been called the first stealthy plane, but it was not designed with radar evasion in mind. The aircraft was very lightweight, being constructed out of cheap materials available to war-ravaged Germany in the last months of the war. The wings were made of carbon-infused plywood stuck together with a glue made of sawdust and charcoal. The emergency fighter program used several different aircraft designs, including some that actually entered combat, such as the Heinkel HE-162 Salamander. But the Horten Flying Wing lagged far behind. The shape and materials certainly reduced the aircraft's radar profile, which was a useful outcome, and the V2 prototype was apparently tested against the Messerschmitt Me-262 jet fighter, and the Horten had superior handling characteristics, but Ziller was killed and the V2 destroyed before more extensive tests could be conducted. If it had entered service, the single-seater Horten HO-229A was to have been a fighter with a maximum speed of 960 km per hour, that is 600 miles per hour. Armed with 2 Mk-108 30mm cannon, it had retractable tricycle landing gear and a drogue parachute to slow the aircraft on landing. The pilot wore a special Draeger pressure suit, as the service ceiling was 15,000 meters or 49,000 feet. Following the destruction of V2, work was moved to the Gotha plant at Friedrichsroda. At this point, the type was renamed the Horten 229. Prototype V3 was powered by 2 Junkers Jumo 109-004C turbojets and was fitted with an ejection seat. V4 was to have been a 2-seater all-weather fighter and night fighter, as well as V5, while V6 was a single-seater fighter with better cannons. But the advance of US forces ended efforts to get another Horten 229 airborne. V3, the most complete, was sent to the Foreign Aircraft Evaluation Branch at Wright Field in Dayton, Ohio, for very extensive tests and evaluation. Unpowered glider versions of the type were taken to the US for testing. A team from the British Combined Intelligence Objectives Subcommittee, the CIOS, discovered 3 complete Horten flying wing gliders stored on trailers with all instruments intact at Rottweil on the Neckar River, 100 kilometers or 60 miles southwest of Stuttgart on the 11th of June 1945. The British gave the aircraft to the Americans, who shipped them to Wright Field. HO-229V3 is the only surviving version of the aircraft in the world and is currently on static display